Sanibona nonke emakhaya, just girls.
Yes,
girls. Yay. So lapha emakhaya namhlanje sikhuluma ngendaba ye-public transport safety. Kumele sihambe i-distance ukuze sigibele and la sogibela khona akukho safe. So nisayisebenzisa guys.
Namanje
sisayisebenzisa impela and siyayazi
public transport.
Angizwa?
Public transport nisayisebenzisa.
Siyaphendula ukuthi siyasebenzisa.
Oh, angimizwa kahle.
Namhlanje siyayenza futhi siyayazi imithetho yakhona. Imithetho that we formulated for ourselves in response to the violence that we normally get there. Siyazi ukuthi kumele ukhulume isiZulu esijulile. Siyazi ukuthi kumele ugqoke izinto ezingaka to just make sure that you do not feel like you're threatening umuntu wesilisa. Siyazi ukuthi kumele ube nesizotha esikhona. Sawubona baba unjani? Just so that uMarshall kanye nomshayeli wakhona can just make sure ukuthi bayasiza bakhuluma.
I remember isikhathi singihamba ngegado, right? Because i-train sibiza igado. High school bekunabo mama abahamba baphethe ama-pin. Because ama-pin la the way siphusha ngakhona ngena naye, phuma naye, nomama lwaphatha i-pin because nje ababa bakhona bathanda ukuphushana. And then we are best khona so ama-train wethu. You know, and imagine you're going to school like this, you've pushed, you've been pushed, and then you feel someone has ejaculated on you. Because that's how it was in the morning. And imagine having to start your morning with that amount of trauma, because it was a traumatic experience.
So I last used public transport when I was younger, but I always had an adult with me, so I felt kind of safe. Now I use Uber more than anything else. But even there, I don't feel 100% safe, which is why I'm gonna show you guys. So I walk around with my keys like this. When I'm in my Uber, I hold my keys like this, just in case something happens. Because
imagine
even
doing
Ubers
that
are
in
not
the
100%
taxi.
safe.
No, that wouldn't work.
Not at all. You know, it's funny. Lento leyo oyenzayo brings me back to something eyenzakala kumina. I think I'd say in 2013, right? Bengibuya emsebenzini ngaleso sikhathi. Ngangena eTaxini ayanamadoda awu4 ngaphakathi. Lamadoda la ngangitshela ukuthi abashayeli bakhona kanti igebeng ekhona that are going to hold me hostage in that taxi. I tell you that was my first encounter nesibhami, to the point where I got hit multiple times ebusweni because they thought I wasn't cooperating with them. Long story short, I got thrown over a fence in some place engayazi nokuthi yiwona. I'm alive namhlanje, but that key would never help me with this bhami ekhona laphayan. And this is why I get so angry when it comes to this topic, because we're not safe. There's violence that's thriving. There's a mafia economy that controls la matekisi lawa, and we are at their mercy every single day because we rely on our matekis.
Hi, Dilly, I'm so sorry to hear your story, hey? I think even carrying my keys in response in my way to make myself feel safe, but I'm not sure if I'd be able to use it in a real life context.
I'm not surprised by your story, Dilly, and I get it, right? But I feel like there's just a lawlessness and a violence in a public transport. You know, Amariavaya, when they were introduced, like recently, I'm a taxi driver. They were shooting at passengers that were in Amariavai because we don't have the power to make a choice to say, as in,
I don't want to use a taxi. That's terrible.
There's no sense of agency that we are allowed to use as abantu abasebenzisa public transport. And the thing is, we have to use it, right? We don't have imoto. We don't have the luxury of like being able to take a Uber in a lot of cases. Like we have to tata lama treni, na lama taxi, na lama bus. So they have to work for us.
So we went to Mpumalanga to spend time with Zandile Faguto, who is the owner and driver of a taxi. Let's take a look.
Qala kwami la kule industry yamateksi bengingamukeleki njengomuntu wesifazane odrivayo futhi engathi bebaqala kule ndawo ukubona umuntu wesifazane odriva itaxi. Bengisaba ukulayisha abantu uthola ukuthi mangibadrivela ngikhululeki ngalokusaba ngoba ngesikhathi omunye ukhuluma lokho akakhulumayo uyakuthusa ngoba uthola ukuthi ngesikhathi baphuzile ngizoba layisha la emotweni baphuzile bakhuluma isinoma ya uzosuyiza asifuna ukudrivelwa abafazi thina kwakhona lapha erentini bengingakajwayeli ukuphila nalamadoda isikhathi esiningi nje ushiye the whole day ngihleli namadoda but ngihamba ngajwayela ngoba bekungekho lapha engizoya khona vele ngisebenza nabo ngabajwayela njengoba nganamuhla nje ngisekubangani bami.
Wasizandile e-taxi rank to change many things ngoba kube khona abafazi abamlandelayo after that. Lokunye lokuchingile community. Bese violent kakhulu. But ifika komuntu wesifazane kulamadoda lamanengi angumuntu oyi-one. Kuba ngathini kubehlise ukuthi bangabi nelidlame to community if there is something leyendekako lebhek. Thina la rankini, we have to protect our community. Protect our women.
Nasifika enkingeni le yokushaywa nokudlwengulwa mhlambe nanokukidnap angasho ngisho into la endaweni yethu engakenzeki inkinga lencane la isheshe ilungise njoba ngisho kunalabantu labesanikwa bona abasebenza ngecommunity abathi ma CPF cishe ngibo abantu abalungisa inkinga enjengalezo.
Uma kungenzeka nje singajabula uma bangangezeka abanye abantu besifazane babe khona sizokhona ukuthi uyabona nje ku-change empilweni kungasoloko madoda kuphela and kwesinye isikhathi amadoda abane-violent uyayibona into efana nalezo kodwa nje abafazi kuba naleyo understanding.
Ukuvikeleka kwabantu besifazane la kithi ematekisini kukhona kona bayabavikela vele ngoba bayawavula amathuba okusho yonke inkinga ohlangana nayo ungasabi lokuthi uyikhuluma ukuthi usabe uthi lo muntu uzobe sewuyakufuna akuthembisa izinto konke ozohlangana nakho etekisini ukhulume and before ugibela etekisini yenza sure ukuthi ubheka i-number plate yale moto uyiphathe usho la udibana nenkinga usukume uphethe le number plate khona lo muntu azokhona ukutholakala masinyane uyasukuma unika noma iliphi owner nothi umshayeli noma uza straight e-office uzoletha lencwadi kusho noma leyo complain ngomlomo kusho ngenzeke so kulapho kuzama khona usho abantu besifazane bavikeleke khona ngoba nabangasukumeli phezulu bangamreport lo mshayeli loyo kulapho ukutholakala khona kusho sewuthola ama support alabanye bashayeli kusho hayi abantu nje siyabenza izinto uthule kuthi du.
Yes, bakwethe kumnandi and it's so refreshing to see, you know, a female driver or shayela itekisi, you know, and it's lovely ukwazi ukuthi kukhona indawo enjena efana nama station ala, but the fact is bakwethu la hlala khona ayikho lento and it's not everywhere.
I think also just the safety tools that she gave us, right? She spoke about mawugibela iteksi kumele ubheke udrive look at the number plate. That doesn't work like practically mawugibela iteksi
because
who has time for that? And who carries a pen? And mawugibela iteksi you're looking for the seat that's empty because that's where you're going to sit. That's where your priority is, not in number plate.
So, mina, into is not about the public safety. The fact that mele ngoke isafety yami lapho ukuthi ngize ngigibele leyo taxi leyo nokuthi ngilinde itaxi futhi iziwe you know
anything can happen in that time. You know, I also long for the day that I can have a car, and I think a lot of South Africans, especially women, we think about it in that way because even the way I dress is always influenced by okay ngigibele taxi ngiyepri ngizabe ngihleli phambili what must I wear because I can only deal with so much drama in a day.
It feels like it's such a violent space just to travel and to get from A to B. It's so much work.
Even if we all had cars, like if all South Africans, all of us had cars, that's just wouldn't be sustainable because of how cities are just built. We wouldn't be able to live in a world where we all have cars. So a public transport system, it must work for us because we use it not out of choice, but because of we have no other options.
Achieving safety is something that's been so far-fetched njengamanje kodwa iyafuneka ngoba iyasilimaza every single day. Khuluma nathi via our Rise Facebook and Twitter pages, usebenzise i-hashtag Rise Talk Show and tell us ukuthi wenzani ukuzivikela uma usebenzise izinto zokuthutha umphakathi. We'll see you after the break.
We are tired of being violated. We are tired of being killed. Our children and our children's children are not going to be born into a society that disregards women completely.
Re le botsitse lona kwa mahaeng hore what changes do you want to see tse etsahalang within the public transport system hore rona re feel safe as basadi ha re utlweng hore lona le nahana eng ka taba e. Rachel Tayena are we need the superiors numbers readily available from when we get into those taxis. They need to be put in a sticker where access is accommodative to every service user. Preferably, the owner's context, because drivers would therefore know what one wrong move or word to the transportation owner is one call away. I like that. Elizabeth Yena Are, respect, good manners, and decent attitude. We agree. We're all on the same page about how we need to change the public transport system for us and for just all of us.
For the future generation.
And the future generation. Yes. You know? Ralebo hakari comments alona. Remember to keep them coming. Muyeti waruna kajeno kizukiswa white. Zukiswa yana kiko coordinator ya the Safe Taxis Now campaign. Aremu amuhele.
Sigus unjani? Siyaphila. Thank you so much for joining us namhlanje in studio. It's really exciting because this is quite a hot topic. Esikhuluma ngayo namhlanje, so we're really looking forward to hearing ama insights zakho namhlanje. So let's get straight into it. You know, what has been, you know, your daily experience, you know, in public transport like South Africa?
So mina ngiqala ukusebenzisa ama-taxi ngineminyaka 12, right? So that's taxis namabhasi. And definitely leyo feeling ukuthi angikho safe was definitely there. No mama bekangitshela ukuthi okay mawugibela itaxi ungaqoki kanjena ngoba ngaba kanjena or mawuyehla lana wenze sure ukuthi angifonela ukuthi ngikwazi ukulanda makusebusuku. Even now as a 24-year-old I can't just mangehla erenkini nginyi walk even though it's a 5-minute walk kumele ngifonele umama ukuthi azongilanda enzansi akhuphuke nami. So definitely issue ye safety around ama taxi particularly for young black women it's a very big one.
So iso sithi siyazi ukuthi in a campaign that they've been running for some time now ekuthiwa is safe taxis now. Ngicela nje ukuthi usitshele kabanzi ngayo.
Okay, i-Safe Taxis Now campaign yaqala ngo-May 2017. If nikhumbula kahle bekunama incidents lawo ama-taxi rapes.
Sure,
right?
It's just one of many incidents.
Exactly. So sithi yaqala ukuthi okay, how is it that we've been knowing ukuthi public transport has been unsafe for women and girls for years and years, but government doesn't seem to be taking it seriously. So how are we as community members and abantu basebenza ku civil society space taking this on?
So zikhona ezinye izinto enizenzile mayelana nge-awareness nge-public transport safety.
Okay, so that was actually a goal. Safe Taxis Now was to demand hulumende and you know taxi industry in the private sector. How are we coming together to ensure women and girls are able to access the society in the ways that they want. So we've had awareness campaigns, for example. We've spoken to corporate. An example, as a young woman, why is my boss making me knock off more 7? For example, I ask abantu ukuthi kumele ngigibele taxi ePri, for example, ubani ozongilanda ePri mangifika eSoweto or Alexandra ngo-8. So how is corporate sector coming on board? Taxi associations nenza njani ukwenza sure ukuthi safe ngoba singama customer wenu. Many women wanted uti emarenkini, they were like the conditions of the rank itself needs to change, for example, right? Why is it okay uti emarenkini if something happens to me manje kumele ngibe ne airtime ngizofonela association, why kungena office khona lapha erank ukuthi if a driver engihlukumeza or whatever bayazi nayo ukuthi listen, there is literally an official who's in this rank who I can go report it to, right? Some women were like, listen, we don't like the fact that we don't know who the driver is, whether he has a license, if the license is expired, whether he's a convicted rapist in his, you know, those kinds of years. So we want government to actually implement that any taxi that's going to be on the road, I want to know which driver ngubani, which mangingena. I can take a picture or I can take a whatever and say that, Mama, I'm in this taxi, this is the number plate. So those kinds of things are what the charter actually includes, what women want to feel safe, and getting the stakeholders that are able to take those decisions to implement them such that they become law and such that they become a daily practice. So the little things that women felt that this would actually having XYZ would make me feel safer. So we were trying to reach out to wonke lama stakeholders to really bring about this conversation and see some changes around
Suki, so let's talk about the taxi industry, right? Because Petama driver on one hand, Nama Q Marshall, who also just violate us in also very different ways. And then we've also got the unions themselves, right? And in terms of all of this to change, they need to be very involved in terms of changing their mindsets. So what is the taxi industry itself, how is it responding to this? And what are they saying?
So what we realized doing this campaign is that, look, the government can make laws, the taxi associations can have rules for their drivers, but the people that need to essentially push for that change are the people that we engage with on a daily basis. The law can be the law. People break the law all the time. So if the attitude, the societal attitude towards women does not change, we are not going to go anywhere. And we found that in those conversations, there was lay entitlement, but no nani, abantu besimami wayini qoga
From the taxi industry.
Yes.
Impahla zethu.
Uyayibona ukuthi into enjani, and it became now let's meet people where they're at. This is the attitude that is, you know, icon.
But we have to change it.
And we
can't
have to
accept
change it. And some of those conversations proved worthwhile because, for example, men would say that uncomfortable, complimenter, all those kind of things. So it's going to start with us understanding that if we want a societal shift, we're going to have to be willing to have those uncomfortable conversations.
Okay, so le campaign le enna iti safe taxis now. And then you speak about conversations and engaging abantu on these things, right? And seemingly we all, you know, I mean, I speak for myself in the sense that it still feels like usazothatha isikhathi. So in the meantime, whilst these campaigns are here and they're working at achieving this end goal, this big vision ekhona in achieving safe taxis, what are the actual practical steps? Iziphi indlela esingazenza njengamanje ukuzivikela, and should anything happen, those same practical steps need to assist us to be able to you know, get help once we've been violated.
Yeah, and survive. Actually.
So what are those steps?
Mina ongakusho ukuthi as particularly black young women, organize.
What does that mean?
Organize or perish, and I will get into that because so for example, through initiatives like the Soweto Women's Forum, it was literally a group of women who got together and said, we live in this unsafe township, and we keep hearing of these horrible things happening, but what's being done about it? Police don't seem to care, government doesn't seem to care.
They don't.
Tina sizoyenzani, right? Because they are affected at the end of the day. So there's a group of women who came together and said, we're actually going to start this forum. We're going to empower one another. We're going to hope that after Soweto Women's Forum, there must be a Deep Sloot Women's Forum, Alexander Women's Forum. And how do we build a mass-based women's movement that's actually going to say, we are tired of being violated. We are tired of being killed. Our children and our children's children are not going to be born into a society that disregards women completely. If it means that, you know, we must take self-defense classes, sizokapana, so be it. It's unfortunate that we have to be the ones again that carry the burden,
exactly, right?
to
We're
make
the ones with
ourselves
the pepper
safe.
spray.
Right? But as we work towards a vision of not having to be burdened by that, we cannot take away from the fact that this affects us in the now, right now, and working towards our liberation ultimately will require us to think of how do we change our material conditions now. So we mobilize women, we occupy police stations that are not doing their jobs, we occupy hospitals that are, for example, chasing rape victims away because they don't have rape kits. We occupy, you know, community government departments that are failing us. And we make as much of a noise as we can until we get the desired results.
With saying that, Sugisa, thank you so much. Siyabonga ngokufika la uzokhuluma nathi ngale campaign lena.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, girl.
Siyabonga Sugisa for joining us. We will be back after the break with Malebo Sipodi, Ungayindao.
You know, because it's the men that do this. So men must keep each other accountable. Men must organize. Men must march and say, you know, enough is enough.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm good.
Hey, atimelang kaofela. Today we work public transport safety. How safe are we as women when we take public transport? And nervous. Just how can I feel like a taxi rank? What's about the taxi driver, the queue marshals? Then they about, hey baby, my side. It tortures us until you feel like you know, like a piece of meat. If we taxi what's about a queue marshal? hore, which taxi can I take?
Yeah.
If taxi is empty, because you don't know what's going to happen. What's the rutlile hore the campaign? Honali the campaign, rutlile hore honali the taxi association, and ratsiba hore honali mapodisa. But sometimes aritsibe if ditlo ritusa, you know, especially like honali batwabanga tababuaka kamuho mapodisa. Sometimes asebeta the taxi driver and the taxi association hadi remamel. So tabaena etata. So that's why ke batla go ibulela for rona kaofela mona. Lona linahana hore tshwantse ho etsahaleng.
Ek dink daar is stappe wat elke campaign moet hê teenoor sy mense. Like I believe in customers is always right. Nee. Nou as taxi drivers so treat in ons street nou vir hulle so dit gaan nie reg gesê. Dit sal net reg gesê. So ek dink managers, taxi managers moet begin dink aan maniere hoe om taxi drivers te treat. Wanneer hulle so teenoor vroumense behandel. Dankie.
So you believe who must go to the taxi managers, the customer, and report the taxi driver to the taxi managers?
As women, we have to take charge and control. Because of back in the olden days, trouble maybe march against Dabela Hotamaka didn't pass. Kinahana is good harika kopanang as the ladies as the young women say remarching because of several times about complain about good offices, but in Trabana stay into consideration. So marching it will be much better and thank you.
So Malebo, what can we do? I mean, we've spoken a lot about the issues that we face as young women when we're using public transport. What would you advise us to do so we can move forward?
You know, the solutions are women must organize. Women must take king. But we say king. Self-defense. Women must take self-defense. Women must march. But when are we going to talk to men? You know, because it's the men that do this. So men must keep each other accountable. Men must organize. Men must march and say, you know, enough is enough. It's okay, you know, it's okay for us to have a conversation, but now we must hold men accountable because there must be some social cost, you know, to taxi violence.
Hi, enough is enough. Yes, is really. Yes. Thank you. Sifuna nje ukufika la siya khona singahlangabezwanga izinto ezisnacks esibhekana nazo emgaqweni ngokuthi masigcoka into ethi short noma sigcokani nizoba strong lapho madoda abantu yo singaphela kodwa ke ningakhohlwa ukusithinta epage lethu elithi #RightsTalkShow sizobonana ngeviki elizayo.
Woof, woof.